how you got into Stuntman.
I felt like you kind of understood, like the Marvel stuff and like the superhero and like.
I'm a huge fucking nerd.
I think my first action movie that I remember watching was Rumble in the Bronx with Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude,
I remember that.
That movie was so good.
So right now you're doing a certain style of stunts. Like what's the top tier for being a stuntman?
There's a lot of stuntmen that turn into coordinators. JK punched the shit out of me. In The Accountant 2, where he punches me, he actually punched me.
Please tell me you're gonna do a John Wick. Welcome to another podcast of Be Great. We haven't been canceled yet, so I'll see what I can do today to make that happen. Ryan Klarenbach, welcome, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you
How
for
you
having
doing?
me. Good, really good.
So, as we always start, tell me who you are and what do you do?
My name is Ryan Klarenbach. I'm a professional stuntman in Hollywood.
That's fucking disco. Just right off the bat. We can just close this off right now and fuck off.
I also do sports and fitness modeling. I've been doing that for about 13 years. And I do social media content as well. But they all kind of intertwine with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in reading your backstory and everything, I understand that, I mean, moving from Washington, you went to Hawaii. Let's talk about Hawaii. First of all, is it all that it's cracked up to be? Is it that fucking beautiful?
Hawaii is amazing. Hawaii is beautiful for sure. A different vibe in Hawaii. Very like slow pace. A lot of the locals are a lot of them are very scrappy, looking for fights. And there's kind of like a thing between a lot of the military and the locals there. So if you're Haole, white person, it's very, very hard over there in Hawaii, especially with the locals. So
really,
yeah, it's really intense. There's times, I remember one time I was at a bar. I'm like dancing and this local comes up to me, this Samoan guy, and he's like, taps me on the shoulder and he's like, "Oh, bro, you look pretty strong." I was like, "Dude, thanks." I just went to the gym that day. I was like, "Thanks, bro." He's like, "Oh, you trying to scrap?" I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm dancing." And he goes, "Oh, shoots, bro." Walks over to another guy. He's like, "Oh, you trying to scrap?" He literally got ready to go to the club to try to fight people that he thought was a good competition. But that's like when BJ Penn was rising and all that.
Does BJ still have his club there?
I think so. He did when I left. So
yeah.
I've seen some stuff on BJ Penn lately. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard he's going a bit off the rails and shit. Yeah. Friend of mine used to train with him. They would go down his mother was fucking loaded and sent him everywhere to train. This was back actually at the club that I was training with, and he was just about to go to the UFC, and his mother would just pay for him, and they'd fucking go down to Hawaii and train with BJ for a while.
That's it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have expected that with Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
Because especially since tourism is what your predominant source of revenue there, I didn't think the government would want fucking scraps like that.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything they could really do about it. I think that, it's kind of colonized and turned into like a tourist city. So there are places that are safe, but there are locals there that just, they're very prideful in their island. And yeah, it can be pretty rough. Yeah. Besides that, though, a lot of great hikes, it's just different way of life. It's very, very, like I said, very slow paced. And for me, when I was living there, I was bartending and serving.
So you were there for a long fucking time.
Yeah. I lived there
from 3.
I think we moved there when I was 3.
Yeah.
Left, went to Lincoln City, and then I went back until I was like 20.
Oh shit.
Something. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I left Hawaii because I got a job in Oregon with my agency modeling. So I left to go there.
So let's get to your early story. I understand that you had some severe health issues.
Yeah, I was born in Spokane, Washington. And when we moved to Hawaii, something about the air, the change in atmosphere over there did something to me. And I had a really bad asthma attack one day. I remember remember the game Lava Monster? Did you ever play that when you were a kid?
No.
So there's one person, it's kind of like tag. There's one person that's like the lava monster in the bark dust, the playground. There's the other kid. So you run, try to tag other people. I remember I was like doing that. And I had a really, really bad asthma attack for the first time in my life. And
How old were you?
I think I was like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And yeah, had to go to the hospital. The doctors pretty much told my mom that to prepare herself because they thought I wasn't going to make it. Yeah. So I was in there for a couple of days and my lungs weren't opening. And yeah, somehow I made it through that. But ever since then, I had to like carry a nebulizer. It was like a machine that I had to plug into the wall, and there was like a tube that I had to use, and that would happen all the time. because my inhaler wasn't enough for me. So,
wow.
yeah. And I dealt with that all throughout my sports as well. Like, got into soccer, and I played that for like 10 years, and I had to get pulled out of games sometimes because of my asthma. But I was center midfield, go figure, the one that has to run the most.
Yeah, yeah.
But
okay,
yeah.
but the first thing that comes to my mind is that, you were compromised to a certain degree, and there would have been a certain demographic of people that would have been, fuck it, I can't do this, and I'm just going to play it safe, and I'm going to stay home and play video games,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah, I
But you
love video
didn't.
games,
You
so.
resist. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you resisted the easy path.
Yeah. I think from a young age, I just didn't want that to dictate how, the things I was gonna do. I wanted to do something, and for me, I just saw it as an obstacle. How am I gonna get around this?
Mhm.
And I never doubted that I could. It was just something I had to deal with, and like I said, I just didn't want it to stop me, so I just didn't let it stop me. But it was hard. It was really hard. It's actually, I passed like I'd say like 7 years. Probably used my inhaler like 3 times. But there was days I remember, like, I would go out and run.
Mhm.
Like at midnight, I'll go on the track and I'll just run, and I would have my inhaler with me, but I would keep running. And soon that I feel the asthma attack where I should take the inhaler,
Yeah.
I would keep going.
Nice.
I would keep pushing it to see how far I could, and eventually I could push myself further and further and further, and it got to the point where I didn't really have to use it anymore. But
Okay, so there's
that was
two
like
things
that was
there.
like a
There's
long
also
time.
there's the mental aspect of you overcoming, again, the fear,
Mhm.
but there had to be something happening physiologically that what did you make your lungs stronger? How did you do this?
I think so. I think I just by reps, I don't know, just pushing it. Yeah, honestly, I have no idea. It was a gradual thing. It didn't happen, overnight, but it was something I always tested myself, and that's how I do anything. I always like to push my limits, no matter what
I
it
hear you,
is.
dude.
Yeah, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, let's see how far I can go. And
Yeah.
there are those times where you got to stop, but I always come back and I try to push it a little bit further than last time, a little bit further. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, that's how, we were discussing prior to shooting this about how I fucked up my knee. I think if you don't test your limits, you're never going to know how far you can go.
100%.
Yeah. And, you're going to fail. You're going to fucking hurt yourself.
Mhm.
But that to me is way more appealing than just playing it safe.
And also, there's value in failing. You know what I mean? Without
Mhm.
those failures, like, I feel like that's an opportunity for me to grow.
Yeah.
I think you need those sometimes.
Yeah. I don't like them.
Yeah, they suck. Yeah. But
Yeah,
also,
they
yeah,
fucking do.
yeah.
I fucking hate them. But I
Yeah.
mean, if you're going to do anything from it, if you're going to
Mhm.
learn anything from it, learn how you fucked up.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan.
Not a fan of.
Like failing or losing or not getting what I want.
Right. That's probably why you work so hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're of similar mindset. I
Yeah,
mean,
100%.
your mantra is similar. I just think that you need to have that drive.
Mhm.
I think if you're driven, you can accomplish anything.
100%. I tell that to people all the time. I think it's a mindset. It starts in your mind. It's a mental thing. You have
Mhm.
to mentally be strong
Yes.
before you can go out and do anything. I never tell myself, no, I can't do this. I say, especially if you're trying to do anything new or unfamiliar, it's going to be hard, obviously. But once you come to terms with the fact that it's not going to be easy,
And you're going to fuck up.
yeah, you understand that, and you say, hey, this is a part of attaining what I want. I'm here. I want to be here. But eventually, if I show up every day, if I'm consistent,
Yep.
put in work,
Yep.
the gap between where I am and where I want to be is inevitably going to get smaller. There's no way around it. You know what I mean?
Dude,
So
you're fucking
once you understand that,
Yep.
yeah, it's like, oh shit, what can I try? You apply that to anything.
What can't I accomplish?
Exactly.
Yeah. And that to me is a fucking superpower.
100%.
Yeah. I don't understand people adopting the mindset of I can't do this.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you can't. Okay. But if you try, you're certainly going to be farther ahead than if you gave up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't understand that sort of mindset.
I think too in LA, like me moving to LA, I think I really needed that too, because where I was living in Oregon, it was like I was surrounded by so many people that just didn't think they could do anything, and I didn't have that mindset. So these were people that were close to me, but I also felt like such a disconnect from them. You know what I mean?
I know that. Yep.
I would say, uh, yeah, little things, whatever it is, they just be like, I can't. And I'm like, why can't you? Oh, I just can't. I'm like, have you tried? No. How do you know you can't do it? Oh, I just can't. So you haven't done it. You haven't put any time into it at all, but you're already writing yourself off.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really, it's so hard for me to relate with people like that.
Fuck, dude, I
It's
know.
hard.
People that are like extremely driven and ambitious, they have a very small circle of friends.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of people that like you, want to be like you, but then you're going to have an equal amount of people that think you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because you are an indication of what they could do if they got off their ass. And people don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hear that.
It's true.
And it's, I have like family that I am at odds with simply because I don't know, even take my father, for example. When I first started to gain some form of success, he's like, you have a nice house, you're successful. Why do you keep driving? Why do you keep going for the next mountain? I'm like, because that's fucking, what else is there to do? Like that mountain is there for me to go to. So there are some people that are complacent in their life. And if they're truly happy being like that, cool, God bless.
100%.
I'm just not that guy. I need to fucking drive.
Yeah.
So you went from, you have no issues with your health now whatsoever. So you're never doing something where you feel a tightness in chest or anything.
No, I haven't. I mean, I've had like I said, like three or two asthma attacks, and it's been years, but even I got COVID as well. And that was one thing that was supposed to mess with your respiratory.
Sure. Yeah.
I didn't have to use my inhaler at all.
Outstanding, dude.
It's something, I think I just worked through it. And I don't know how. I don't know if that's a thing that asthma gradually goes away, or
perhaps.
Maybe
I don't
not
know
for
enough
everybody.
to speak on that. But I certainly think your mindset will determine how quickly you can overcome something, even physical health. I think if you believe that you're going to beat this, then I think you will.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. So you went now, okay, let's go backtrack. You went from Hawaii and you ended up working with Nike.
So I was in Hawaii. I was still, fit, going to the gym and working all the time. That's just, I've always been that way. And I was in the sauna downtown Honolulu at this spot.
This is going to go in a bad direction.
I was in the sauna after the gym, and there's this guy in there, and
this is going in a bad direction.
No. He asked me if I ever modeled, and I was like, no, I haven't done anything. And he asked me if I wanted to do Men of Hawaii calendar exclusive. It was whatever. If it's just dudes in the beach in the shirts, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, why not? And then I did Men of Hawaii calendar, and then I did a fashion show. And some of the images from the fashion show were posted on Facebook, and this photographer that lived in Oregon, Eric Wainwright, shout out to my mans, he sent my image to SLU, my agency. They flew me out to Oregon, had a meeting with me. They signed me the day of the meeting.
Nice.
And then booked me for my first ever modeling job in San Francisco for Adidas running catalog. And after that, I was like, did that, went straight to San Francisco. And then they started booking me things. And I was like, dude, I can't be in LA anymore. In Hawaii anymore. So I moved to Oregon.
Yeah.
But so I started working with Adidas, Nike, Reebok, Puma, literally every sports brand that you can think of over there. And my main one was Nike.
Yeah.
Started doing their commercials, their e-com, all their ads. They had internal videos that they did. I was also a Nike sports and research lab athlete. So there was a research lab underneath the headquarters where they did all the testing for their innovation for their shoes.
Right.
They would set me up with sensors and test the body mechanics of how I moved and the muscles and all that kind of stuff. So I did that. And then the designers came to me and they said I was pretty much what they needed for a fit model, which is they have mannequins that they fit all the clothes to, but they can't get accurate measurements with the mannequin. So they use fit models. And there was only one guy at the time. And I pretty much started doing every category except for sportswear and running. Those were based off the Asian style. So they were a little bit smaller, but I did everything. I did Jordan, MLB, Nike, sportswear, Pro Combat, literally everything over there. So that job was great. I couldn't be a CM over or under Nike specs, which was the hardest thing for me. So I had to stop lifting altogether. So what they did is they would fit the apparel.
Yep.
You know, they would make changes to it, and then they would send the garment over to the factories in Asia, which would take about a week or two, sometimes longer. They'll get the apparel back, and then they'll fit on me again with the changes that they made. So if my body measurements were off,
then it
fucks up everything, right? So it was I used to have to go into like this 3D laser scanner, and they would have like a 3D rendering of my body, and they'd be like, hey, your forearm right here is like, or whatever, my thigh. Or so it was pretty intense, and that's what got me into calisthenics. I was like, I need to work out. So I started just doing body weight workouts. And from there, it was game over. I was like,
dude, I've seen some of your calisthenics.
Thanks,
like
right.
I have some of those I have the bars that you do where you'll go into a plank and you'll go into the headstand. That shit is tough.
Dude, super hard.
Oh, fuck.
Super hard,
Yeah.
But
And how much do you weigh?
Right now, I'm like 190.
That's incredible. That dude,
thank you.
Props to that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was once I discovered calisthenics, man, I think that changed the game for me because I played sports all my life, you know, the group sports, and then did amateur boxing for a while, which is cool. And that was like where I had to rely on myself as opposed to a team.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not a big team player.
Yeah. It's cool, but I can like work my ass off and people don't show up and it fucks everything up. Vice versa.
Yeah.
But I really like you said, you know, like the jiu-jitsu, I'm sure is same in judo and all that. Something that
you and I are going to fight. And on that day, at that moment, one of us is going to win.
Yeah.
And I dig that.
Yeah.
As opposed to waiting for these motherfuckers to come in and help me out and shit.
Yeah. But it's something you have to work on. If you lose, and it's like, how can I improve?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
How can I get better? And depends on how much work you put in as well.
Absolutely.
You know,
and that's amazing. Like that's the amazing thing about getting better. You know, there are people that are more talented. There are people that are genetically gifted. But at the end of the day, the amount of work you put in will determine how fucking good you get at what it is you want.
Absolutely. It's simple, dude. Like a lot of people think there's like this like secret formula. It's not. You just show up and work. You put in time. That's it. Literally. That's all.
And but you know, in jits, you know, some clubs will tell you, you know, show up and do your thing on the mat, but you could show up and just jerk off all day, right? You need to show up and you need to fucking work your ass off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And for me, being 57, I have to work even harder to compete with these guys that are fucking half my age.
Yeah.
But what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Are you going to like just give up?
Nah. That's not an option.
So you went from Nike. Why would you leave that to go do something else?
The job was great, man. On a paper, you know, I got to travel across the world with the designers. We go to like Bangkok, Sri Lanka, Taipei, Shanghai.
Any
visit the
interesting stories
factories
there?
And yeah, it was interesting. It was crazy. It was my first time, like, especially in Sri Lanka, like a third world country, and seeing how people actually struggle. You know what I mean? It was humbling to come back. And I know you asked me about LA earlier, but like seeing things like that and seeing actual people going through real shit, it kind of puts your shit in perspective. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think in that sense, I loved doing that so much. But yeah, the job was good, man. But like you said, dude, I just wanted a little bit more. I felt like I wasn't. My biggest fear in life is the fear of regret and unfulfilled potential. Right? I think that I was very complacent in Nike in Oregon, and that's what the problem was. It was like everything was good, you know. I wasn't like really struggling with anything, and I was just kind of like going with the flow. And also, like I said, I wasn't really surrounded by people that were doing the same thing or interested or driven like me. So I did a Bowflex commercial in LA, and I flew out to LA, and then I went to Venice Beach, Santa Monica, the bars, and I was like, dude, everybody's into calisthenics and is by the beach. You know, I'm from Hawaii, and I was like, I have to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we just came back from LA. Fucking Venice Beach now, dude, is fucked.
Yeah, dude.
I couldn't. Like,
Venice is crazy.
We were walking down there, and we passed this. It must have been like a fucking halfway home or something. And you had all these guys just looking. I'm like, okay, here's our first fight.
Yeah.
Then we're walking down. There's fucking syringes on the floor. I see some chick blowing a dude in the fucking alley.
No way.
Yeah, man. Like LA is great in pockets. The ocean is fucking outstanding.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. The mentality of the people there and they're just so self-absorbed for the most part. I mean, it's not great to generalize a whole fucking city, but it just seems like people are entitled. A lot of fake people too, man.
100%.
And I never really prescribed to that idea.
Yeah. I live in Marina Del Rey.
Yes.
It's a nice area, but I tell people all the time, if I didn't live in Marina, I wouldn't live in LA. There's no way. Like, I hate going out into the city. Like I said, the people there, man, it's like, yeah, it's hard sometimes. I found my group of people, which is great. You know what I mean? That's all I need. But yeah,
Are they as ambitious as you are?
Yeah, the people I surround myself with that was the one thing for me. You know, I really needed people that were more talented than me, that were driven, and I needed my circle to be uplifting. So I definitely found that. But yeah, LA's it's. I think a lot of people come to LA and they feel like they have to fit this kind of like lifestyle, or there's a certain thing that people get sucked into, and I don't know what it is, but I stay far away from those type of people for sure.
And what do you think of Gavin Newsom?
What's that?
Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom. Who's Gavin Newsom?
Isn't he the mayor of LA? What? Governor.
I stay out of the politics stuff.
Yeah.
Just doing
so, but you don't find that California has a particular mindset?
Yeah. I think people just get lost in the whatever it is about LA. I don't know. It's the Hollywood life and just like trying to be famous and all that kind of stuff, you know. People are just here's a great example. When I first moved to LA, there was this, I'm not gonna say his name, but there's this guy that I looked up to into fitness. I was living in Oregon at the time, and there was this guy that I looked up to, and I followed him on Instagram and stuff like that, and I ran into him at a fit expo. So I go up to him and I'm like, "Hey man, my name's Ryan, big fan. You know, I've been following you for a while." Have you ever been talking to somebody and like when you're talking, you could tell they're literally looking through you, just thinking about some shit. He wanted to get away from this conversation so bad. You know, he was like, yeah. He was not there. So I'm noticing this as I'm talking to him. I'm like, all right, cool. End the conversation. I start doing whatever, Instagram. I start getting like a following. Same dude hits me up and he's like, "Hey bro, you're killing it. We should collab."
Fuck you.
Bro. You know what I mean? I already met you. He didn't see value in me at that moment. And all of a sudden he did. And I was like, nah, dude, that was my first experience. I was like, oh, okay, this is how it is, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if you're only of value when you can do something, you know, for me, what good am I as a friend, right?
Nah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you run
it's
into
unfortunate.
Yeah. You run into those types of people a lot. But just the way it is. And like I said, I mean, I try to stay away from it. And I could see those type of people like a mile away. So I'll see it, you know, I'm cordial and stuff, but I surround myself with these kind of people.
I think you're a better guy than me. I have a problem with disrespect.
Mm.
Like I don't, especially these pretentious douchebags who think they've accomplished something when really that's for me the mind fuck of actors, right? Like we put them on a pedestal and we look to them for guidance or their political views or their views on world views, world politics, but it's a fucking job, man. You read lines, you memorize shit, and you act, you pretend.
Yeah.
Why do we place such value on what they do? Why don't we look at a fucking doctor or a mechanic or something and say, "Hey, tell me what you think about." I just don't. I never got that.
What do you think why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think we admire their fame or their accomplishments, but really, and we're going to get into this with what you do as a stuntman, because they don't even do, outside of Tom Cruise or perhaps a few others, they don't even do their own shit, right? They'll go in, they'll put on a show, and then they're like, "Ryan, here, come do the fucking dangerous shit."
Yeah.
So I don't know why that is.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the only actor I've seen that's addressed what you're saying is he was Denzel Washington in an interview. He was like, "You don't really do anything." He's like, "I'm an actor. I read lines," and like you said, he kind of understands that. But yeah, there are some actors that just think, you know, whatever.
You've watched the Equalizer movies?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So good.
Oh, man. Dude. Denzel, fucking do more Equalizers. Do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm down.
Yeah, I feel like every movie he's in, I'm in. You know, it doesn't really matter. I love him as an actor.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Those movies are one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But, you know, to your point, I don't know why we put them on, and you've actually met them, right? Like you've worked with a number of actors. You know, in some of the limited experience that I've had with some actors, I think the problem is when we put people on a pedestal and then we see them for who they are, we're disappointed. Like I don't think people truly ever live up to that way we view them.
Yeah. For sure.
When I used to do some comic book covers, and then I would make appearances at fan expos, and I would routinely run into some of these these actors, some of them are quite rude to, their fans. Like, your fans are what made you and who put you on the map.
Yeah.
And then for you to disrespect them, I think is just, I just think it's the height of disrespect.
I can't even, me as an individual, I can't even imagine doing that to somebody, you know what I mean? Especially somebody that supports everything you do, you know what I mean?
100. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's discuss how you got into Stuntman.
Dude, okay. When I first met you, I was like, dude, this guy is so tight, because I felt like you kind of understood, like the Marvel stuff and like the superhero and like.
I'm a huge fucking nerd.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
And I have been since day one. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like I remember, I think my first action movie that I remember watching was Rumble in the Bronx with Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, man.
Dude,
I remember that.
That movie was so good.
Yeah.
Bro. Anyways, like his bloopers at the end, just showing, I think that was so crucial in me. That was so, I love the fact that he did that, at the end of his movies, kind of showing the humility of the stunts, so you see the movie and what's going on, but actually showing him get injured and like what goes into it.
That boy has been fucked up a lot.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like as a kid, I grew up watching Power Rangers and action movies, and I never thought, no one ever, when you go to career day in middle school, there's no fucking thing about anything outside of, the labor jobs, but you don't know how to get into stunts, right? Mm-hmm. So like, I didn't even think that was like a possibility, but when I moved to LA, I started meeting stunt guys. And after that, I was like, oh shit, you can actually pursue this. That was another thing for me. I'm like, oh, now I'm like, that was another thing I can kind of invest time in. I think at that point I was really getting into calisthenics and combining all the different disciplines I'd worked in. So I was trying to like do calisthenics with explosive movements, with backflips and tricking and all this stuff, right? So I started training at this gym called Jam, Joining All Movement in LA, and it's owned by stunt coordinators named Travis Wong.
Okay.
I started training there, and dude, I was like, these are like the top stunt guys in the industry, working there and working out. And I was just surrounded by so many legendary people and people as well that were trying to get into the industry. So I just started training every day. I would show up, and I was fortunate because I was able to move pretty quickly as far as like skill wise, just because of who I was surrounded with.
Sure. Yeah.
And I had a background of sports, and I understood movement. Somebody could say something to me and break down a movement. I understand it from what they're saying, just the body mechanics, just from doing sports so long. So I leveled up pretty fast, and I had been going there for a couple years. I think it was like 2018. Travis, the owner, came up to me and he's like, hey dude, are you trying to get into stunts? And I was like, yes. And he's like, I think I have a project I need somebody for. And I was like, all right, cool. My first job ever was playing a ninja.
Oh, I already got me interested in ninjas, dude.
A ninja in G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. That was my first movie ever.
Dope movie. Bro. Doesn't that who played? Because is that like, that's the recent Snake Eyes, right?
The Snake
Where
Eyes.
the guy who played in, he was the lead in Warrior.
Yeah, badass.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was by my first job, the actress like slides out of a helicopter, me and another ninja in the forest at night, like are running towards her. She shoots us with a crossbow. And my first stunt, I just take the reaction and hit the ground. I remember like laying on the ground, and there's like all of the cameras and just like the entire set that was built up to look like a dojo. And
nice.
I was like, dude, this is what I want to do. There's no going back.
We need more ninja movies.
What are we doing?
Ninja
Assassin?
Fuck.
Bro.
Dude, yeah. I fucking love that movie with
good.
Rain.
Dude,
that guy's not even a martial artist.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
I fucking love that movie.
Good. Yeah, that was brutal.
That had Sho Kazuki in it as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Fucking dope movie.
So good.
Yes.
Yeah. Bring ninja movies back.
For sure, man.
What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah. And that started in the comic books with Daredevil. Frank Miller brought ninjas into doing, when he brought Elektra into the story, blah, blah, blah. Then ninjas came out. Then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles made ninjas really popular. Then there was fucking Enter the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, Ninja 3 Domination.
Let's go. Yeah.
I actually studied ninjutsu for like 6-7 months.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to be a fucking ninja.
Let's go, right? Same.
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Yeah. I think I was a ninja for Halloween when I was a
too.
kid. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, yeah.
Ninjas are dope.
Yeah. So that was my first project, and then COVID happened, and there was those 2 years.
You mean that make-believe disease that people
Oh
were
my
fucking
God, don't
shut
even get
down
me
for?
started, dude.
Yeah.
And that was
That's my first attempt at being canceled.
Yeah. I think, hey, yeah, man, that was a hard time. I was very against the vaccine.
Lockdowns? Yeah.
Yeah, and all that. And
you must have, they forced everyone to be vaccinated in Hollywood.
Zack Snyder's huge. I fucking love Zack Snyder. Right?
I do too.
I got offered a job for Rebel Moon.
Love the movie.
Yeah, so I doubled stats, and to get that job, I had to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the most. I remember sitting in the office before they were going to give me the vaccine.
Do you think they actually gave you a vaccine, or they gave you a placebo?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what they gave me, but I'm still sore. If I put pressure on where they gave me the shot to this day, I'm still sore. I'm like, my fatigue level since then has never been the same.
Yeah, then you probably actually got the real shit.
Yeah, but yeah, that was like the most like yeah, man. I totally regret doing that. Yeah,
it's unfortunate that people had to get vaccinated in order to keep their jobs. Like that to me was crazy. Fucking bullshit.
That's crazy.
Outside of all the mindless sheep that were like, do you remember going to a fucking supermarket and having fucking arrows on the floor?
That's
walk
wild.
This way,
dude. Or like wearing your mask when you walk into the restaurant, but when you sit down, you can take it off.
Yeah. There had to be a certain point where you're like, this fucking makes no sense.
Made no sense, dude. And like, whatever. If you believe, whatever, I don't care, but.
No, I think if you bought into that shit over a certain period of time, like in the beginning, everybody was afraid, and I get it, right? But there came a point when like, you guys are just making shit up now, right? At that point, I'm like, you're fucking an idiot.
Yeah, and as I started doing research, I always try to look at both sides, and the more research I did into things, the more it didn't make sense. The more I was like, okay, it's not for me, but I did it, so I can't really say anything.
The one thing that pissed me off the most about COVID is that all the movies got delayed. Like there was fucking tons of movies in production that got fucking delayed a year or so because of this bullshit shutdown.
Yeah, man. It was a crazy time.
So Rebel Moon was actually prior to COVID? Was he filming that prior?
Yeah, that was during COVID. That was like, wait, no. I think it was, right after COVID. But it was during that time because I remember we had to wear masks and all that, and I had to get vaccinated to work the job. So.
Yeah.
But so those 2 years that COVID happened, and then I was like, this is great. Like I already did Snake Eyes, and I knew that I wanted to get into stunts. I didn't feel like I had the skill set, but I'm like, everything's shut down now. You know what I mean? I was like, everybody's inside. I'm going to use this time to train. So every single day I would go out to this park near my house, and I would set up my tripod, and I would just film myself in slow motion, look up tutorials on YouTube, and I just trained and trained and trained. It was like I went to the hyperbolic time chamber in Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean? I came out of COVID with a whole new skill set, and I was really, really confident in myself to do stunts after that. I felt like I had a good enough skill set to where I can actually start doing stuff as opposed to just taking reactions.
So again, that speaks to your mindset. When everybody was shut down or secluded, being a fucking pussy.
Or drinking their lives away.
Sure. I think the seclusion was what really fucked people up.
Yeah.
Not being able to see people that were sick, not being able to socialize, not being able to see people in the fucking hospital. But you took that opportunity when people were weak, and you used that to level up.
Yeah. I was excited. I was like, well, it really made me, you really kind of had to come to terms with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing? Am I happy with what I'm doing? And I think that was really good. That was the first time where I was like, go all the time in LA. And for that first time, I really had to sit down and think about what I wanted. And I knew that I wanted to do stunts. And I had this goal board in my hallway, and top of the goal board, it says, make yourself proud in every sense of anything. You know what I do?
Great.
Like any choice I do.
I agree 100.
And then under that, just small things that I wanted to check off. Directors I wanted to work with, stunt coordinators I want to work with, movies if I want to be in Marvel, all these things, characters I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I just trained, and it was a shitty time for sure, but I just tried to use that time as well as possible. But
I still trained. The clubs I were like I trained at, they were like fucking.
They're still open.
Yeah. Well, they back door open.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to survive, man.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
What was it like working with Zack Snyder?
It's great, man. He's like working with a kid. You can see him the way he's just excited to be there, and he's like you and I. You know, he's just yeah, he's cool, down to earth, really chill.
I think you need to have a love for the genre, the what you're doing. Like some of the like a lot of the movies, the superhero movies now. Like, did you see the new Superman?
I haven't yet. No,
dude, it's fucking amazing.
It's good. You
Right?
like it?
So James Gunn, like he is an aficionado. He loves comic books, right? I love everything he's ever done. And I think if you're making a movie simply just to make the movie for financial gain, and I, you know what? I think this extends to anything you do in your life. If you do something with passion, something that you're interested in, that's going to show in how you deliver the goods at the end.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you could tell that there's certain movies that are being made just to make the movie. And then there's certain directors that love what they're doing. Like I fucking dig Rebel Moon. They didn't,
Mhm.
I don't think it did as well as it was supposed to do. You saw the uncut version.
Well, I think that was the downfall of it because, I mean, it was received, you know, some people liked it, some people didn't really like it. But the first Netflix, I think, made him do
Yes, you're right.
a edited version.
They wanted a PG version in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a script for a
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's no fucking way we can do this for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And whatever. I mean, Star Wars is going in the direction that it's going.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy is fucking shitting all over it.
Dude.
Fuck you, Kathleen.
Yeah, when they made the Force female, I was like, what are we doing?
I know, man.
What are we doing? Yeah. Doesn't have to be anything. Just let it be the Force. It doesn't have to, you know.
Yeah,
just
like
little
we
things
don't
like
need
that.
lesbian Force witches and shit, right?
Oh my gosh.
Fuck.
Dude.
It's so disappointing to me because I fucking love this shit.
Yeah.
And they're shitting on my dreams and stuff. They're shitting on things that I love.
Yeah.
So I thought Rebel Moon was fucking great.
Yeah.
The violent one, the more violent, aggressive one, I dig more because simply
Yeah.
I just love violence. And
Yeah.
Um,
same.
I
Yeah.
dig Zack Snyder. Like I
Yeah.
loved his cut of Justice League.
Dude, that was great.
Yes. it
So
was.
different
It
tonally
was.
and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like the scenes that I don't know, if it was a 4-hour movie that felt like it was 2, it was great.
Yep.
There was no
Yep.
part where I was like, it was great. Yeah, I loved it. But the other version, I was like, what the hell is it?
Yeah, I mean, they brought Josh in halfway through,
Yeah.
and they.
Yeah.
I mean, but I still thought it was okay. Like,
Yeah.
I love superhero movies. Some are
Yeah.
better than the others. But okay, so
Yeah.
Rebel Moon, and then so that was prior to COVID, right? You
Mhm.
were, so you leveled up during COVID. You shot Rebel Moon,
Mhm.
and then what now? What after that?
I've done like 40 projects so far, but dude, the after that I worked for Skeleton Crew, Star
Yes,
Wars.
yeah, Star Wars.
I got to fight Jude Law as an alien. That was fucking sick. And also the Cantina, I was there, dude. So sick. I got to play like 2 different aliens in it, right?
Yeah, I
And-
saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the makeup process?
That was just a prosthetic that they put on. So it wasn't anything. They had the
Okay.
prosthetics and they put on and then digitally change the eyes for the aliens. So it
After
was
CGI
eyes.
afterwards?
Mhm. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
All right.
But on set, there was the cantina scene where they show up and there's like all the vendors and like, you know, all the creatures in like cages, and those were all practical. Like all of the aliens, my friend Dane, he played the Predator in Prey. He was
No way.
Yeah, he was on set as one of the big alien in the cantina scene. But yeah, dude, they had like all of the animatronics, and then they had the LED green wall. So
Hmm.
there's a digital rendering of the actual like spaceships flying around, dude. That was crazy. I remember being on set and being like, just surrounded by aliens and animatronics, dude. It was great. But I did that, and then I worked with Jason David Frank in Legend of the White Dragon. His last movie before he passed away. He passed away in the middle of filming.
Oh.
So I worked on that, and that, dude, that was crazy because White Ranger was and Green Ranger was I had the Falcazord, I had all that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I used to carry it with me. My mom worked at Olive Garden when I was little, and I remember bringing it to the dinners and stuff when I used to come up. But yeah, a huge hero of mine, and get to work with him. That was insane. And I doubled Aaron, and he was playing uh, uh, the evil Power Ranger in that. So it was crazy, you know, putting on the suit across from Jason was insane. And then actually he passed away. And then the last scene of the movie, there's a scene where Jason lands in the new suit, and I had to wear that for his last scene. And I doubled him as well. But that was crazy. Me as a kid.
Oh yeah, man, I can imagine.
And that was wild. But yeah, dude, it's like things like that, and like the people I get to meet within stunts, and especially being such a fan of movies and just
For
like
sure.
all that, man. It's crazy. I love it so much.
I would think that there's moments like that like I would do it for free.
Oh, dude, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're probably like, I can't believe I get fucking paid for this.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
I know.
Yeah,
I know, man.
Sense to me.
Like you're in an envious position where you're doing something that you love and getting paid for it.
Yeah.
I wish that for most people, but it unfortunately is not the case.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's been great, man. I've done like motion capture for like playing Black Panther.
I heard those games were canceled. Is that true?
I'm not sure. Are they?
Because I know they were doing, is that the same company that's doing the Wolverine game? And I believe, is it Rocksteady that's doing it?
This was the creators of Uncharted and Last of Us. But I don't know if the Wolverine game is still, I think that one might be canceled. I'm not sure.
I fucking hope not.
This one's different. This is like Civil War area. This is Black Panther's father and then Captain America and stuff. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So they're going back in time. So it's,
yeah, prior to that. So yeah, man, it's been cool. It's been great, man. I've got some really cool opportunities within stunts.
Any actors that, without naming them, that are assholes?
Not assholes, but there are some that are nicer than others. You kind of have to feel them out. You know, John Bernthal was in
Counting Two.
Dude, John Bernthal is the man. I'm telling you, man, the nicest guy ever. No ego. Just cool. He's just down to earth, cool guy. Like hanging out with the stunt guys. He's chilling with us, showing us pictures.
Yes, I heard that.
And, dude,
I heard Hugh Jackman's like that too.
Yeah, I can see that as well. But yeah, dude, there's some that are, you know, some that just they do their own thing. They show up, and I worked with The Rock on Black Adam.
I like that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
but yeah, he comes in. He has a certain time. He does his stuff, and he leaves. You know what I mean? There's no like hanging out or anything. Just in and out. But yeah, it's just different. Some actors, you kind of have to fill them out. J.K. Simmons was amazing too. Really cool.
Yeah, that dude's fucking jacked now too.
Yeah.
You seen those photos of him working out?
Yeah. I thought, I've seen those. What movie was that?
He's also the voice in the Invincible series.
Yeah,
you like Invincible?
Yes. Yeah. Think, Mark. Think. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Invincible's great.
So good, man. But yeah, every actor's different, and I work with an amazing actor right now, Daniel Sanjata, on High Potential, and he's great, man. He's great. We're in season 2 right now, and yeah, you just kind of have to fill it out, and yeah, some are very different. I haven't had any really bad experiences though myself.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
you always hear the horror stories.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy things. Yeah.
Do you ever? Okay, so break it down. Well, 2 questions. Break it down. You're presented with a stunt, I presume, and then the stunt coordinator sort of tells you how to do it, or how do you figure that shit out?
Okay, so how it works is the director gives the stunt coordinator, you know, a layout of the action pieces. The stunt coordinator usually has their team, and usually their team is the team of stuntmen that will create the fight scenes throughout. They're there the entirety of the movie usually. If there's a scene where they need more stunt guys, they'll bring other stunt guys in to help out with the scenes, but you always have your core team. And what they do is we really get the layout of the room, wherever we're shooting in, the schematics, and then for previses, which is the concept videos that we show to the director of the fight scenes.
Okay.
We'll build those, usually built like for the Accountant 2, we built a full bathroom with cardboard boxes. We built a stall that had a door. Dude, it's crazy. Sometimes these arts and crafts, as a stuntman, I didn't know that was going to be such a prevalent thing, but Yeah, we're like building sets, we're building refrigerators, we're building bedrooms, literally with cardboard or whatever we have, just so that the director can get a visual of the layout, right? So if there's a car, we build the car. And then we use the car in the fight scene because we obviously don't have a car to use up until the day. So yeah, we build out the fight scenes.
Okay, so you actually so there's quite a difference in time between the concept of the, let's say, a fight or something, or the scene before you actually shoot it.
Yeah, it was months and months.
No fucking way, that long.
Yeah.
And why does it take so long?
I believe that's because sometimes we'll present it, and then sometimes the director is like, hey, I don't want as many beats, I want something more. So there needs to be that time to give them change if they want to change scenes, right? And then if, say, he wants something added or taken away from it, then we'll go back and shoot it, revisit it, and then get to the final product. And then the final product is what the director uses as a baseline when they shoot the actual film.
So let's take your bathroom scene with JK.
Yeah.
Because that was a dope scene.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
How much time before you actually shot it passed?
Actually shot the previs until the actual shoot?
Yes.
I think it was a few months.
Jesus, dude.
It was a few months, yeah.
That's a fucking long time.
2 months.
So for that movie, you're actually on set for several months.
If you're the core team, you're there if the movie takes about 8, you're there till you start until you wrap. But if you're brought on as a stuntman just for a specific scene, you're just there until maybe like a week or a day or 2, you know?
But you still got to shoot the previs.
Yeah, sometimes they'll bring people in for the previs, but for the previs for The Accountant 2, the core stunt team did that, and then they brought me in to fill the part in that. So I was somebody that they brought in for that one.
Right. But your scene in Accountant 2 is quite long until your untimely demise.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah, dude, that was really cool.
Yeah,
really
that was.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a cool scene. They we built out the whole bathroom. We had like a digital car for the car hit, to kind of show them. And then we're not doing one scene. We're actually doing all of the scenes, you know what I mean? So all the action set pieces. After that, we started working on the actual end scene, the big shootout, the finale. So we did all of that too. We worked on the bathroom scene as well. And then we worked on.
So wait a second. You were at the end scene with the not the bus.
I was 3 different guys in that.
No shit. I didn't know that.
We were all covered up as cartel members. So they could use us as many times as we want. They couldn't tell who we were. But I took some reactions, some gunshots from John. And then I think Ben killed me again as another guy. And then I think maybe 2. Yeah, I think twice. I was in that last one.
Are they doing another one? You think he's going to do a third?
I don't know. I think you should, dude. I liked it.
I
liked it.
Me too.
Yeah, I liked the how we really got to dive into the relationship of the brothers, dude. That was great. It was such a good, dude. Yeah. Those 2 together are so great, dude. So great.
Yeah, it was a good movie. I loved it.
Yeah, thank you.
The first one was good. And then it's funny because I had seen it prior to meeting you. And when I
saw it before we met?
Before we went to LA, and then you told me you were the guy who got fucking smashed by the car. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that whole pen was CGI, by the way. When he stabbed me and when it like goes onto the ground, that wasn't a real pen. They digitally put that in after. That car hit was real. That was my first car hit ever. And how I got that job is my stunt coordinator on that. He calls me and he's like, hey man, you down to get hit by a car? And I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, cool. I didn't know what the project was. He didn't tell me. He hired me for it and I had no idea what it was. I thought I was just going to get hit by a car. I didn't know what was going on, but that's how it usually happens. Sometimes, they can't really tell you what the film is or what the project is. They'll kind of give you a brief, like, we need you to do this stunt. Are you cool with it? And then I'm like, yeah. And then they'll tell you, usually like Rebel Moon, I didn't know I was doubling until like a week of me working. And then this one, I found out, asked him what the movie was, I think a week or 2 later, and he told me Accountant 2, and I was like, what? And then I hadn't seen the first one. And I went and saw the first one.
Yeah.
I think that night, and I was like, oh shit, sick. Yeah. And I love John Bernthal, and it's really cool.
Has there ever been a stunt that they told you and you're like, absolutely fucking not?
No, not yet. So to get into stunts, and I think a lot of people watching this might, if you're trying to get into stunts, what you have to do is you kind of have to build a reel, kind of like acting reel.
Sure.
Right? It's a stunt reel. So your stunt reel usually just showcases your skill sets. So it's like 1 minute long. Usually you start with like reactions, because when I tell people I'm in stunts, they're like, oh, you're a stunt double. You want to be a stunt double because whenever your actor works, you work, right? But as a stuntman, when we first are hired, you're just taking reactions. Like John Wick, all those guys that are coming out getting shot, stabbed, those are all stunt guys. You're not always doubling. You're usually starting out as just getting your shit rocked. You're getting fucked up.
Oh, but that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, which is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Every time I say stunts, it's funny. Like everyone always thinks it's just doubling, and it's not. You want to get to a doubling. That's like the highest, or get a scene where you're doing all your stunts and you're a character in the movie, kind of like I was. But yeah, so you usually when you start out, you're just getting rocked, up. But you have to build a show reel, and then based upon your reel, that's what your stunt coordinators are going to hire you from. So you kind of show them your skill set. So if you want to get hit by cars, you put some car hits in your stuff, or you want to do some stair falls, you want to do some wire work, or you want to be on fire. You have to show all those things in your stunt reel. If you're a really good martial artist, you show that kind of stuff. So,
dude, like you told me you don't have any real martial arts skill.
No.
But those like there's a scene where you're kicking. It's a particular kind of bag. It has the legs. I have it. And you did a low kick on the right side, and then you did a spinning kick in the air. Like that's not some bullshit, right? Like that's some like there's showy martial arts, and then there's applicable martial arts, right? But regardless, it took a good amount of skill for you to pull that fucking kick off.
Dude, that was during COVID. I learned that. That was one of the moves where I was going every day. So I used my I had no Taekwondo or kicking background at all. Like zero. Except kicking shit in my bedroom when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But actual like fight experience and stuff like that, I had none. So I would just go out and train, and that was one move I really wanted to do. And
so showy.
Dude, I love it so much.
I know, man. I studied Taekwondo for 5 years, and that's the kind of shit that will never work in a fucking fight.
Imagine though, dude, if somebody did that, stop. I've seen some really, really cool knockouts in the UFC lately, like some spinning back kicks. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Spinning back kicks are deadly. Like that will gut a motherfucker.
Oh my God.
But and when I say it'll never work, it's not something I would do. Like when I fight, like I spar, I like to do shit that I know is tried and true and will work. But there's some kicks or some, to me, when I usually say it's the shit you don't see that fucks you up.
100%.
Right. So those spinning hook kicks and stuff, you don't expect it, but if it connects, you're on Queer Street.
Dude, yeah. Sometimes I've hit things with that, and I'm like, dude, if that was a person.
Oh, yeah. Like even just a simple, because you jumped in the air and you did it. Right. But even if you just did a spinning hook kick and you clip a guy on the side, dude, fucked up.
Dude, you have to clip them good. You know what I mean? If you hit somebody with that anywhere, they're probably going to be fucked. Yeah, that one I would take a tripod for a camera, and I would take a kicking pad, and I would extend the tripod up, and then I would tape the kicking pad at the top, and then that's what I would use as a target, and I would use that at the track. But dude, that took me so long to learn that. Just like awareness in the air and spinning, and then having to spot and also get your hips over, dude, so much.
And recovery too, not landing all fucked
up.
Dude,
recovery was, I was getting so much shit. Oh my God. But yeah, it took a while. But yeah, all that stuff I learned on my own.
Have you ever fallen downstairs?
Yeah, I did. I performed at the Grammys.
Amazing.
For SZA, her song Kill Bill. And so she had a whole Kill Bill theme. So the dancers were on the stage, and then the stunt guys came up, and we had like a fight scene in the middle of her performance. And my part, I had like a sword, and we're doing stuff, and then I get hit, and then I B-twist off the stage onto the stairs and did the stair fall. I've done stair falls a couple of times.
Are you wearing padding?
Oh yeah, a lot of pad. Even when I did the car hit too, I was so super padded. But as a stunt guy,
didn't really look like that though.
Yeah, we hide it, and they made that for that day. I had extra baggy clothes so I can fit the pads.
Right.
And it was just for me walking out getting hit. But as a stunt guy, you have to. It's your job to show up with your padding. So if you have something that you have to do, you got to be prepared to do it. So you're not given those things on the day.
No way.
Yeah. So we all have our bags of like, vests and harnesses and all that kind of stuff that you have to buy on your own.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it's up to you. Yeah. Your coordinator will be like, hey, are you padded up? You're like, yeah. So they trust, they trust you to be padded, or maybe they'll be like, hey, put some more padding on for this. Sometimes too, they'll put padding on the ground. Like if there's like if you're like falling on concrete sometimes.
Yeah.
They'll have a foam pad that looks like the concrete to absorb some of the hit too. So they lay out things for you. They'll have pads. But usually like any stuff you put on, it's all on your own. But yeah, I was padded for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wire work, you've done that, obviously.
Yeah, doing wire work, yeah. Wire work's my favorite. It's so fun.
It's
Fun.
fucking cool as shit.
It's so fun.
Have you ever been lit on fire?
No.
Did you do that?
Yeah, no. That's one where I heard from another stunt guy. It's a tricky one because if you feel the heat, you feel the heat, it's too late. You're probably already getting burned.
Wow.
So you have to, you know what I mean? You have to do the stunt. And it's it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I feel like I would do everything once. You know what I mean? Like the car hit, I don't know if I would do that again.
Really?
But depending, if it was like a John Wick or like Matrix.
More John Wicks, please.
Yes. It depends. If it was like something I really want to be in, then I'll do it. Yeah.
Did that car hit hurt?
No, dude, that was so hard. That was a tricky one because there was a lot of timing involved in that. So the stunt driver, I think the speedometer, because we were using a shitty car, didn't work. So he was using a speedometer on his phone to track the speed. So I think we were going like 20 something. But I had to time him driving because Gavin, the director, wanted me to come out. And as soon as I step out, I get hit, right?
Oh, I know. I remember the scene, dude. You got fucked up. That was amazing.
But for that, there's a metal sheet on the ground with wheels under it, like a slab.
Yeah.
And it was on a mark, so I had to step out, and then I'm in the alley at night, so it's just high beam, so I can't tell the distance of the car.
Right.
I can just see the light. I don't know if it's fucking far away or close.
Right.
So I'm like stepping out, and I have to step on that metal slab with the wheels on it. So when the car hits me, my foot will slide out.
Oh,
right?
Nice.
So there is a possibility that if it wasn't there, the car could hit me and it could fuck my leg up, right?
Yeah.
So not only did I have to time the car coming, I had to step out, make sure my timing was right. And I also had to step on that slab perfectly so that if I stepped on it and it slipped out, you know what I mean? Like if my weight wasn't on it right, then I would get fucked before the car. And I only had like 3 seconds. So that was a hard one. Yeah. I had to hit that spot, get hit. The actual car hit, I didn't feel that at all. It was crazy. It's like you just go for a ride. Like I got hit. All of a sudden I'm on the car. I'm like, oh shit. And then I wanted to go over the car.
Yeah.
Over the back, but I hit the top, like flipped, hit. And then I realized I was on the car. So I like rolled off. But there was I can't really control how I'm flying in the air when you get hit by the car. So you just kind of fucking get hit and you're like, oh shit. And then do it. But yeah, it didn't hurt at all. The only thing that hurt was me hitting the ground, which I didn't even think of. I was so worried about the car hit.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the ground hurting, but that hurt. Like car hit, didn't feel it, and then the ground. But it was cool. Yeah.
Do directors quite often reshoot the stunts if they don't like the way it looks?
Yeah. So Gavin wanted me to do that one again. So it's actually, I'll show you the actual.
Yeah, we're gonna clip it into the podcast.
The actual thing when we filmed it, I stepped out. And then I got hit. He wanted it boom, boom. So we did the first car hit, and it's like second, boom, got hit. And he's like, hey man, can you do it again? He wanted me to get hit a little sooner. So the stunt driver was going to speed up. I was going to speed my walk up.
Yeah.
So we go for the second take, and I'm going, and the car like is almost at the door before I stepped out. So our timing wasn't right. So I stepped, and there's no way I was going to make it to the
mark,
the slide. Yeah. So I stopped it. Right. And I was like, nah, I couldn't make it out. And Gavin was like, nah, dude, let's not do it again. The visual effects artist that was there on set, he was like, oh, I can make it so it looks like he get hit right away. So they cut it a little bit and edited it to make it to impact right away. But in the actual day, it was like 2 seconds where I was kind of standing there and I got hit. But yeah, usually if they don't like it, we'll shoot it again. There's a lot of takes that we'll do.
So if you're on set, so let's take the accountant too, you're paid X amount to be on set regardless of what they do with you.
Yeah, so you get like a weekly.
Okay.
A weekly or daily.
They feed you?
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Food's good?
Depending on the set, there's some sets that are like crazy. I was on Lanterns, which is coming out, the new.
No.
Dude, my scene on Lanterns is so tight. I'm so excited. But
that's another under James Gunn.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Guy Gardner's in it. So in Superman, he makes his appearance.
Yeah, I guess they tie in together. But
do you know when's Lanterns coming out?
I don't know if they're still filming. I think they might be finishing up filming. I think we were shooting like episode 3 or 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that.
Good for fucking
maybe
you.
7. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, dude, that one I'm excited. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But the sets, they always feed you. They always have tons of food on there. Yeah, I eat too much on set usually. And a lot of times, dude, like there's so much downtime. I was on what's it? Westworld.
Yeah,
and I think my scene was like at 3 a.m, but I got there at like 11 a.m. So I was just sitting, waiting. You know, a lot of the stunt game, you're just waiting. You have to wait for the actors to do their stuff. You have to wait for lighting. You have to wait for everything to sound and all that kind of stuff to get set up. So yeah, they always feed you. But yeah, so you have a daily and then you have like a weekly if you're on for multiple weeks.
Yep.
And then per stunt, you
no shit, eh?
Yeah. So that car hit, they paid me for that on top of my weekly I was getting at the time.
Amazing.
Yeah. And if you do like, I was on Back in Action with Cameron Diaz and Jamie Foxx. And there's a car stunt where the guy like flips the car and it flips like 4 or 5 times. And that guy got paid I think he did the stunt once and he got paid a lot of money for that. Yeah. So depending on the stunt and like fire.
Yeah.
All that, if it's more dangerous, you'll usually get paid more for it.
Fair enough. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Would you do something like underwater?
I have done some underwater stuff for Daniel and High Potential, the show. It was just like me diving in, saving somebody that was chained up on the ground. But I would do some water stuff. Like if it was like Avatar or something like it, hell yeah. Yeah. A lot of my friends, I guess Avatar was like the water stunts.
I heard, dude. I heard there was James Cameron was having actors learn how to hold their breath for long, long periods of time.
Yeah. What's her name from Titanic? She was on it.
Kate Winslet.
Yeah, I heard she was really good at holding her breath.
Yeah. And I heard Tom Cruise can actually hold his breath for like fucking 7 minutes.
Dude, Tom Cruise, what is it? This guy.
Say whatever you want about his fucking Scientology. Like the guy's a stud.
Dude, yeah. I admire him a lot. His work ethic, I think, is unmatched.
Yeah, and the fact that he's willing to do his own shit, and I think that adds to his allure, right? Like his
100%.
His mysterious, or like some of the shit that he does is insane to me.
Yeah, and like Top Gun, they were actually flying jets. Like, dude, sick. It's so super cool.
Yeah,
super cool.
So you would consider being lit on fire? I don't know about the water, man. That trips me out.
Yeah, dude. I heard some crazy stories about what was that movie, dude? What's the movie? Forget the name. I think it might be James Cameron. No, The Abyss, where the water comes.
Yeah. Who was that? Was that James Cameron too?
I think it was James Cameron. Was it?
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, that's an older movie.
Yeah, but I watched the behind the scenes on that, and there was a couple actors that got close to thinking that they're gonna drown on that movie.
Yeah, I'd freak the fuck out.
Yeah, there's no way. So drowning. There's a lot of safety.
James Cameron.
Yeah. There's a lot of safety precautions that are set up for people, but
okay, but there have been examples of on the set like fuck ups, and like the most famous one that meant a lot to me was Brandon Lee and The Crow.
Dude, I just recently watched something about that, like the deep dive on what they like changed it. It was supposed to be a knife and then they changed it to a gunshot last minute or something like that.
Yeah, because at the time I was studying like Kali, and which is what Taekwondo I was studying with that, and that was really the art of Bruce Lee and his and the son, and it was just that was really disappointing. I fucking loved him in Rapid Fire, and to hear that he passed away on the set, because or even take a recent example of I believe it was called Rust.
Yeah,
with what the fucking guy's name?
Yeah,
a Baldwin. Yeah, one of the Baldwins.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin? Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
And
that's unfortunate, man. That's that's crazy.
So you've worked with guns on set, clearly, a fucking accountant.
Dude, my first gun experience was I forget what it was. It was a TV show, it'll come back to me. But we're playing like gang mobsters, and I had an AK.
Nice.
And we're like shooting at the actor.
Yeah.
But this is like right after Baldwin. This is like a couple weeks after. And that was in my mind. We're shooting blanks and the armor is like in control of all that. But we're shooting like literally feels like a real AK.
Yeah.
We have earplugs in and it's like recoil, the sparks and all that. But yeah, dude, that's intense. And then also same thing with accounting. We had, everybody was really cautious on that. But I think what happens with the crow is sometimes there's stuff that gets stuck in the barrel.
That's what happened.
From residue from older like shots. And I think he got shot with the stuff that was, it was just, the gun wasn't cleared of like the debris. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
From what I understand, there was something in the blank that, so when you fire the gun, the blank just goes off and it makes the noise, right? And as I understand it, there was something in the blank that dislodged and hit him in the abdomen. And
yeah.
So here's the thing, right? So I have my gun license. And if anybody hands me a gun, the first thing I do is I check to see if it's loaded and so on and so forth. But as I understand it, with movie sets, you're not allowed to check the gun. Like,
yeah, I was on the accountant, the armorer gave me the gun.
Yeah.
And if I was doing anything with it, he was there. He was like, dude, he would like stop me. He checks it for me. He shows me, it's blank.
Oh, so he does show you.
Oh yeah, he shows me everything.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if somebody hands me a fucking gun and they tell me, relax, it's not loaded, fuck you, I gotta check.
Yeah. They check it. He'll show me before he gives me the gun. And then shows me all that. So yeah, but it's still, I mean, like no matter what, it doesn't feel. It's still very scary pointing that out. There's one part where I was shooting, and it's like the crew, like the camera crew, everybody, and I'm like spraying. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah, man, that's fucked up.
Kind of scary to me sometimes.
So you've obviously been shot and killed, right? So how does that work? You have like, I believe they're called squibs or something.
I haven't done the squibs yet.
Okay.
For the accountant, we were just taking reactions, and they just digitally.
No way.
Yeah, put in all that. So yeah, you're just reacting to nothing. which feels weird on the day.
So is CGI now taking over a lot of the special effects?
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of practical still, but I think the safer way to do it with guns and all that kind of stuff, I think the best way to go about it would just to add the gun sparks after
the muzzle flash.
Yeah. In
that's a lot of work, though, man.
Yeah, but I mean.
It's it'd obviously be safer.
Yeah, you do get the realism though of the stunt guy and the gun if it's the blanks and stuff too. So I understand why they do that as well.
All right.
Yeah.
What?
But usually, yes, they would have squibs on that would explode.
That would be dope to do.
Yeah, I want to do that really bad.
Do you like doing fight scenes?
Love fight scenes. Love fight scenes.
How long would it take to? So let's talk about your bathroom scene.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
We shot the bathroom scene in a day. Yeah. We rehearsed with JK.
Yeah.
And then rehearsed on the day. And that we had a location LA. That whole bingo room was the actual location. So we shot all of that after the bathroom scene that we shot on the studio. So we rebuilt the studio or the bathroom on the studio lot.
Oh fuck.
And then we actually, so when I run into the bathroom in the movie, I'm actually in the actual location.
Yeah.
But once we get into the bathroom, that's the set.
Why do they do that? Why wouldn't they just shoot it on location?
The bathroom, I think it's just easier, just for the camera and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. To just be able to have it on the set as opposed to in the bathroom. The bathroom was a little different in the actual location than it was that we built. So, but yeah, you notice too when JK goes up to he tries to do a window. That's just it wasn't a real window that he was trying to open in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, go back and watch it. It's just like it's not a real window.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what stunts do you want to do? What stunts would you actually want to do? Shit that you haven't done yet. Would you do stuff in planes?
Yeah.
From heights?
Yeah, I would do that for sure. Stunts that I want to do. I think more like fight. I would want to be the main person doing like the fight scenes. Yeah, more of that. The reactions and stuff are cool, dying and all that kind of stuff. But having like longer set pieces where, in Legend of the White Dragon, being able to actually do the fight scenes and be the character is like, and then Accountant 2 too as well. Like those kind of things are my favorite.
So when you said earlier that you want to be like a stand-in, So that's a stand-in for a particular actor.
Oh, for me being a stand-in?
Yes.
No,
So how does that work? So what's so for the people listening, all 5 of you, what is a stand-in?
A stand-in or a double?
Okay, a double.
Double? Double. So when you're doubling the actor, I'm pretty much responsible for any of the parts where the actor isn't comfortable or could get potentially hurt. So
okay, so that very statement alone is fucked up.
Yeah.
So you have an actor like it's too dangerous for him, but let's fuck Ryan up.
Yeah, it's my job to go in, and we're trained, so it's a little bit safer for us.
Yeah.
But for example, there's a movie at Rebel Moon, one of the actors was we're like in a spaceship, so the ground's all uneven, and he does his line, and then when he runs off camera, he trips and fucks his leg. So I think he was pretty fucked up. But yeah, stuff like that, like they don't want to risk the actor getting hurt over something.
Yeah.
It's as simple as running. So yeah, they just try to take away all that so they have the actor. So if there's any like physical stuff, it's usually our job to do it.
I should be a stand-in for Dave Bautista.
Dude. Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. Yes, dude. Dave. I see it. Yeah. Dave, where you at? Yeah. Hell yeah.
He's a jits guy too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I heard. Yeah.
See, and we said this when I met you in LA. You're a good looking dude,
Thank you.
Why would you don't you have any aspirations of being like a fucking role in a movie?
Yeah, for sure. I think, throughout my life and like career within like once I was doing like modeling, right? I was like, I wanted to be on billboards and I want to be on like in banners and like on commercials and all that kind of stuff. And once I did it, I was like, that's cool. But I was always like looking for the next thing, right?
No, I dig it.
Kind of like what you said.
Yeah.
And stunts was like, I've always wanted to do stunts. Like I said, from day one, seeing Jackie Chan get hurt, I was like, I want to do that shit. The getting hurt part, I didn't care about that. Like I wanted to like be doing action shit, being a hero, like superhero. That just was like always appealing to me. So I think I enjoy doing the stunt part so much. And there's an admiration as a stunt guy towards the actors, and there's actors admire us as well, what we do.
Absolutely. You're saving their ass.
Yeah. So I really like that part. And I think for the first time in my life, I'm like actually just being present as opposed to looking for the next thing. I do want to do acting, but I think I can't push stunts as long as I could acting, right? And I think another thing too is like I'm on set like with the actors. I'm watching Cameron Diaz perform. I'm watching Jamie Foxx perform. I'm watching Ben Affleck and John Bernthal and all these amazing actors in their element, how they work with the director, how they do their takes, how the set works up, how much time, how they change their takes. So I'm like absorbing all of that. You know what I mean? I feel like I have like a really good chance to like sit and learn as I'm doing what I love. You know what I mean? So now when I do try to become an actor or like move in that direction more, I just have more experience and knowledge of how the game works. You know what I mean? So I do eventually want to, but I love stunts so much, dude. It's just like I get to, as an athlete, I get to literally like all this shit, like as a kid, doing these make-believe fight scenes in my bedroom by myself. I'm an only child. Watching action movies. I still watch them every single day. Cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm like actually getting to live my dream. You know what I mean? I never like saw actors like, I want to be an actor, but I always saw stunt guys. I was like, I want to fucking do that. So yeah.
That's a strange sort of mindset because everybody wants to be the star.
Yeah. Dude, when I was becoming a stuntman, I think that was like the hardest thing for people because all the stunt guys have been doing that their entire life. They're in martial arts all their life. And all of a sudden there's this dude on social media that's a model that comes in and what the fuck, this guy wants to be a stunt guy. You know what I mean? So
was there resistance in the beginning?
Right away, dude. People I felt it right away. You know what I mean?
Talking shit?
Not talking shit, but the way they treated me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like a thing where I had to like really prove myself. And it wasn't from everybody, but I did feel that. And they would kind of like, poke jabs here and there and the stunt guy, oh, you're too pretty to fuck your face up or, super shit. And I'm like, dude, no, I want to get fucking hit by a car. I want to do all this shit. And yeah, so that was a challenge for me coming in, really having to prove myself. And I was able to do that. I believed in, I knew what I could do, And then eventually those same guys that were doing that were like, dude, you're fucking they're like, I don't know what happened, but dude, your skills, it's crazy. So
that's good.
Yeah, it was just a new challenge for me. I saw it for what it was, and I knew that I was gonna excel because of how determined I was to do it. So
that's all, man. It's all fucking mindset.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience when I started the supplement company. I was like a fucking jerk off. I had a supplement store, and I decided that I wanted to have my own supplement line. And when I came into the industry, all these established companies fucking hated me, talking shit, just everything. It tripped me out because I went from obscurity to everybody talking about me. And the only difference is your people, like, they've embraced you, and I still hate the motherfuckers that talk shit about me.
Interesting. I didn't think about that being a thing
because there was a lot of established companies, a lot of American brands. There was only 1 or 2 Canadian brands. And this, here I come thinking I could, compete with the big boys, and they fucking hated me. It was a real struggle.
Interesting. Did that push you harder though?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what people think.
Yeah, same.
Right? Like, there's always going to be people, like I've said, you're always going to be the villain in somebody's story.
100%.
And it's up to you to decide if you're going to let other people's opinions of you define you, or tell them to go fuck themselves and just make your own path.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is why this is how I know that I'm with the right supplement company, man. This is great.
Thank you.
I love that you have the same mindset as me. This is, I appreciate that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. And I have the mindset that if I can do it, anybody could do it. And here you are, you came from ill health, right? You came from a single mother home, and you persevered regardless of whatever obstacles came in your way. Like, to me, outside of your skill set of being an athlete and a stuntman, it's that fucking mindset that defines you. And regardless of whatever it is that you want to go into, that mindset, that fucking fuck you mindset, you'll be successful in whatever it is you want to do.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that's why I love like health and fitness so much, and like sports. And I think I acquired that mindset through sports, and I just apply it to everything I try to accomplish, and it's so you're kind of like unstoppable once you believe in yourself. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
You are unstoppable.
It's crazy.
Because even when you are stopped, it's not a dead stop. It's a delay, or you always find ways to work around your shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I dig that mindset, man. And unfortunately, it's a very select sort of like group of people that have that mindset. But I think more people should adopt it.
Yeah.
Right. When I first started studying karate at 15, I'd be afraid to fight and everything. And my teacher was like, you know what? Just fucking fake it till you make it. And if you put yourself in that mindset of being able to do whatever it is you want to do, then your body will start to believe it. That's why I don't like talking negative. I don't like saying, like you drop something, you fucking idiot. Like I never talk negatively. My mind is always in the future of where it is, of accomplishing what it is that I have my mindset on.
Yeah.
Because if you start to doubt yourself, then shit can fucking happen. There's no fucking stopping you.
Yeah.
That's
100%,
people
100%.
need to adopt that mindset.
Yeah. I think whatever you think, you're kind of becomes your reality,
For sure, man.
If you believe that you can't do it, it's gonna happen. If you think you can, you're gonna work around things. And it's funny how things line up once you start having that mindset, how things fall into place. Even if it's hard, it's just you start to open yourself up to new things, and that are always there, but you don't see it until you're actually pursuing it and going after it.
Like the prophet Yoda, do or do not.
Yeah.
There is no try. Dude, like take yourself, for example. You were having asthma attacks. It would have been very easy for you to say, you know what, I can't fucking do this.
Yeah.
And people would actually give you that buy.
Well,
the kid's got asthma. It's fucking okay.
Yeah. The doctors told my mom this. I should stay away from sports. I shouldn't do anything active that would lead me to getting an asthma attack. But I did the exact opposite. Yeah.
And you pulled a fuck you, and you're doing things that even people won't want to do. Like the height thing, man, for me, fuck you on that. I would not be doing that shit. But
Yeah.
So what kind of, do you want to work in superhero movies?
Yes. I have a lot of my friends are in the Superman, so they're posting a lot of behind the scenes and stuff. And my friend Micah Carnes, he in the trailer, he's the one that get punched and his teeth fly out.
No way.
That's my homie. Yeah.
Dude, that's an awesome scene.
Dude, he's posted that. I'm like, bro, hell yeah. That's so sick, man. Yeah. But yeah, I would love to, man. that's my jam, dude. Like all superhero stuff.
Fucking right.
Sure,
well, okay, getting into superheroes, tell me about Black Panther, the game.
Black Panther, that one, so it's set prior. I don't have a lot of information about everything, the story and stuff, but yeah, I did a lot of the Black Panther's, like the character and like how he moves. He was a little bit different than the actual Black Panther. As actual Black Panther is more nimble, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one was his father, so he's more of like a brute. You know what I mean?
Nice. T'Challa was
yeah. This is T'Chaka, I believe.
T'Chaka's the father.
Yeah.
Nerded out there for a bit.
Yeah. So it was cool. I had to really like
same powers though.
Yeah. From what I've seen.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it was cool. It was all motion capture in the studio. And I think it's Naughty Dog. I'm pretty sure it's Naughty Dog. We'll double check that.
Yeah.
Let me see. The hard part. So this is Rise of Hydra. This is 1943.
Rise of Hydra. Nice.
Yeah. So, and this is the studio. What does it say? Amy Hennig. So yeah.
So you were wearing the gay green suit with all the ping pongs on it?
Yeah. So she did Uncharted. Yeah. So it's all the sensors. And I remember for like a week, I was like in my house trying to figure out his movements, anything I did, like opening the fridge and like the idle stance. And yeah, dude, it was cool. It was really cool. That was another moment where I was like, dude, we're out here.
Fucking for real, man.
And it was cool because like on set, we're in the 3D or in the space.
Yeah.
But there's screens that are showing a live feed of the in game. It's like a rough.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see Black Panther, what he looks like, and then also the environment that you're gonna be in. So it's all rendered. So
amazing.
So like I'm climbing a box or a ladder.
Yeah.
But you can see me climbing a building. You know what I mean? So it's cool. You can like do the movements as I'm doing. I could see what it's gonna actually kind of look like in the game. But yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
So I presume you fight in the game, right?
Yeah.
So when you're fighting, how does that work? Like, are you actually fighting someone there as well?
Yeah, so there's usually other guys that are in mocap suits as well. But it's a little bit safer motion capture because there's so many, usually on set, you can't set up as many safety things. So when you're in the mocap studio, you can put as many pads anywhere you want because you can't see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could pad everything that we're doing. So any reactions we're taking, it's all like landing on soft foam and you know what I mean? So it's really cool. And then also you don't have to like make contact because they can make things closer. They can expand your character. They can make the content. So like once they shoot it, they can do whatever they want. So they can move you wherever. So it's a little bit more lenient as far as like the movements and stuff.
So you said earlier that the fighting style of T'Chaka is different than T'Challa. Who told you how to move?
Amy was on FaceTime with us always while in the Marvel team when we were filming. So there were some poses that I was doing that they're like, oh, that's a little too Spider-Man. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Amazing.
Yeah. So they would tell me while I'm doing it. They'd be like, yeah. Like the perching stuff and like, I didn't do the entirety of the game. There's like certain parts that I worked on and I did all of like things I didn't think about. The hardest part. So I had the stance, right?
Yeah.
But I only did one side, my leg. So I'm in the stance, but in post, they can change it to the other side.
Yeah, sure.
But
yeah,
when I'm doing it, I'm in the stance and then you have to think, we had to do all the stuff of like the player. So like if you're holding the joystick and you move slowly, I had to move slow, right? If the player runs and then just lets go of the controller, I'd stop.
Oh shit.
Right. And then also I had to run in paths, all of these things, anything the character or the player can do, I had to do those movements. So it was like they'd set up, there's one day that was literally just, they told me like, dude, tomorrow's gonna be really fucking hard. Like make sure you have, you're a lot of water, you eat good, you get a good sleep because it's gonna be hard. And I'm like, all right. But dude, I remember my leg gave out. I couldn't stand on my leg for a little bit because of just the poses. And they were setting up all these like ways for me to run. So I had to run, hit a spot, stop, hit another spot, or like sprint, stop, go, just like all of these like paths that the player could do. You know what I mean? I never thought about that. If they lightly move the character, had to move slowly, then it goes to fast. So all those things and switching and all that kind of stuff I had to do. Light, medium, heavy attacks.
Yeah, of course.
Range attacks, close, medium, far, takedowns, all that kind of stuff. So it was cool. It was really cool to see how that worked. And I also did some motion capture for Fortnite as well. So those are the only two things I've done for motion capture. Yeah, I think those are the only two. But if I could just do motion capture at just fully, I would do that.
Why?
Over everything else. Dude, because it's just video games. Being a video game character, dude, like a lot of my friends do like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Just different, dude. And you have so much leniency because the way they
Obviously,
can edit
it's less
things,
danger too.
Yeah, like we did this so in Fortnite, they have these live events where the players would drop down and then in the background, they have like kaijus that are like fighting. Right?
Yeah. Nice.
So there was like a ninja fighting samurai and I was a ninja. And there was like a move where they wanted me to do like a Webster axe kick. So a front flip, come down with the axe kick. So,
Yeah.
And I was doing it. And then I was like, man, can I get on this box? Because it was hard to do that on the ground. Like, yeah, I could go on the box. So I did it, went on the box so I had extra height and then did it coming down. But when they put it together in the game, it looks flawless. Like they were able to, it didn't matter how I did it. There's leniency in it.
Sure.
And like I said, there's no like real danger because everything's padded and you're using like foam. If there's like swords, a friend of mine's there's a new Star Wars game he's working on. But yeah, it's just like being a video game, Star Wars, Marvel. I think it's really cool. You don't get the accolades, like as someone seeing you like, hey, Ryan, I just saw you on the account.
I saw you get fucked up by a car.
Yeah, nobody knows it. But yeah, it's cool. Knowing that that's you in the game and you could play yourself. But yeah. The motion capture is great, man. I love it.
Do you ever get jealous of other people's opportunity? Not in terms of like a money thing, but like if a friend of mine was working on Star Wars, I'd be like, fuck, I want to do that.
I don't get jealous. There's a friend of mine that's working on this project. I can't say right now, but he told me what his character was and I was like, and he didn't know the character. He wasn't it's based off a genre and he never watched the genre. And I was like, dude,
what's the genre?
You're about to play it's a video game. I was like, you're about to play a legend.
Doom?
No. A legendary character. Do your fucking homework because you don't understand the opportunity you have right now. But I'm like hyped for him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'd be jealous.
I'm super jealous, but I'm also super excited for my homies. You know what I mean?
I get it. Like, I'd be jealous.
I'm like,
yeah.
On that? But yeah, dude, yeah. There's so many things, man. There's so many things that you can do in stunts. And I didn't even know video games was an option when I got into stunts.
I wouldn't have thought of it.
I didn't realize that was a thing. Yeah, there's just so many avenues that you can go in, It's just so fun, man.
So it's an upcoming video game?
No, it's a movie.
Oh, so you're...
they announced the movie, but he's in Street Fighter. Yeah, but he never played Street Fighter.
The fuck's never played Street Fighter?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna get it together, dog.
So is he playing one of the key roles?
He's doubling somebody.
He is, eh? Fuck, Rue?
Ken?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the actor who's playing that. So Ken and Rue. Rue is the guy from fucking Warrior that was in Snake Eyes.
Oh, is that he's in Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Is he playing? Who is he playing? Do you know?
Which one? Rue's the Asian dude.
Yeah,
and Ken is the blonde.
Yeah, he's playing Ryu, the Asian guy, right?
Yeah, he's playing Ryu.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Warrior. He was in Bullet Train.
Oh, that's gonna be good if he's in it. That's it. Yeah. What'd you think about the Mortal Kombat movie that came out?
Dude, I'm a fucking nerd. I don't like everyone watches these things and they expect to see Academy Award performances. Fuck off. Just let me jerk off mentally for an hour and a half and I'm dope, man. I'm good. I love the Mortal Kombat.
Same.
Yeah.
I honestly, I didn't, there was some things in that movie that really pissed me off. I love dude, when that beginning felt like a totally different movie with Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Yes.
Dude, if they would have continued that throughout the entire movie, I would have been super in. But
I don't know why they went in the direction with that one actor, but the same thing with Snake Eyes. Like, I don't, like, to me, when they brought in Storm Shadow, because the same guy who played Storm Shadow is in Mortal Kombat and the Warrior again. That's to me when you need to have someone who loves that genre, that video game, right?
Yeah.
So I think you need to stay true to the source material.
100%, yeah.
But they've got a lot of fucking big actors in that Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So first one I wasn't a fan of.
Sorry, the Street Fighter
Yeah,
rather.
yeah. I mean, I hope they do it good, man. I think my problem with what I've noticed in the film industry is these studios, they'll switch things. Like they'll take things and they'll like cut out really big sequences, especially like stunts and like action set pieces.
Does that ever piss you off? You've ever been
time, dude? The stunt guys get so pissed. Like
Yeah.
seeing that because once we do it, it's out of our hands. They
Mhm.
do whatever they want to it. But dude, they'll cut so many things where like we had some fucking awesome stuff, and you see the actual thing, you're like, "Ah." That's why I was very, very excited about Accountant 2 because Gavin, literally what we gave him, he shot like scene for scene our fight previews that we got him. A lot of directors, they'll take the previs and they'll just cut it and edit it. It's super weird. And not from like a stunt point of view. They do it from like a different point of view. So the beats aren't really the same. And
you've used that word a couple of times, beats. What does that mean?
Beats is, so if there's like, it's kind of like in boxing, like a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We'll have beats, like a 5-beat fight scene, which just means that there's like 5 like punches or kicks.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Like choreo usually will break it down with beats, so like a 10-beat choreo. So there's like 10 beats that we have to get.
That's hard to memorize, dude.
It's super hard. And it's like, it's a dance, dude. Like you have to not only be on, but your partner has to be on.
You ever pop somebody?
JK punched the shit out of me. In The Accountant 2, where he punches me, he actually punched me.
Nice.
He rocked me. And he was supposed to punch, because the camera was behind on this side.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to stack it and punch to my left. Rocks me. And then Gavin and my stunt coordinator was like, dude, you sold that punch so good. And I was like, nah, he got me. And I was like, that's why it looks good, because he really got me. But no, it's cool. I'm totally fine. I only worry about hitting actors, you know what I mean? Like you have to be, with JK, I had to be very cautious, of how he's a little bit older than I am. And I didn't want him to get hurt. He was very capable. But I remember when we were doing like the gun, where we're fighting over the gun, his hand started bleeding because of the gun hitting his hand. And we were really kind of getting fucked up in that part where I threw him. I threw him and then I caught him at the last minute because I wasn't supposed to throw him on the ground. But I also wanted to only do one take. I didn't want to do this over and over and jeopardize, his fatigue levels going down. Once his double hit the urinal, that was different. So it was like throw, cut, and then the double hits the thing. But that scene, I was like, I only want to do this once. So I grabbed him and I swung him around. So if you watch the movie, I swung the shit out of him. I swung him, but I was able to catch him, before he hit the ground. But yeah, you have to be very careful with the actors and takes, and
for sure.
And when they step in, usually, sometimes you'll get hit and move past it. But what you don't want to do is hit the actor, or make sure if I were to hit the actor, but that's why that's our job to be able to
pull your punches that. Yeah. That's when back in my karate school days, the teacher would they'll do like sort of promotional shit at malls or whatever. And, you'll be sparring and you're supposed to pull your punches, but there's quite often you'll get fucking tagged or take a shot, the kick in the stomach or whatever. But I mean, you're used to getting tagged. You're used to getting hit. Being an amateur boxer, you've taken many shots to the face, like porn stars today. But
other shots.
I can imagine fucking actors getting pissed off.
Yeah. It's hard too, and like you can rehearse something all day, right? When there's no pressure, right?
Sure, but
and
even getting tired, man.
Oh my God, yeah, you get fucking exhausted. But yeah, like it's different too. Like once you're on set, now there's like 150 people watching.
Yeah.
There's lights. There's the set.
You get anxious at all? Nervous?
I get super excited. But that's when the energy level starts to rise between the performances, and that's when the actors start to get a little bit more excited. And those punches, it happens. And it's one of those things, dude. When the camera and the lights are on, it's like it's go time, and there's so much adrenaline going that it's very easy to kind of mess those things up. But as a professional, that's a job not to. But in Lanterns, I had to jump out of a car, and I was playing Alien.
Yeah. A lantern? You were playing a lantern?
And I had to jump out of the car, and from jumping out, roll like straight into a sprint, because it didn't like, it wasn't supposed to affect me, the car jump.
Yeah, yeah.
But that one, I was super nervous, but my stunt coordinator gave me a thing that I never thought of, but it helped me so much. And he's like, attack it. And I was like, shit. And I never thought of that as, instead of letting the stunt do me, like I'm taking control of it, you know, and it kind of like changed my mindset. But yeah, I was really nervous up until he said that, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, there's times where I get really nervous. The car hit, I was super scared.
I can imagine.
Super scared, but I was ready for it. You know, I just didn't want to. I didn't want to get hurt and not be able to do the rest of the film. You know,
what happens if that happens? Have you heard stories of stuntmen getting fucked up and then that's it, they're done for that shoot?
For that movie?
Yes.
No, I think it was good. There was a friend of mine that when John Bernthal, they're in the hotel, and he throws the guy off into the car. My friend did that one, and he said he was fine. He was chilling. But I think I heard this story a while ago. Somebody in Walking Dead, there was like, I think somebody died.
You hear that from time to time.
Yeah. There was like a fight. There's something happening where the zombies are at the top.
That would be cool to do, fucking a zombie.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, let me say. I want to do all the creatures.
For sure, dude, man. I'll fucking do that shit for free.
All day, bro. All day. And he was supposed to hit a spot and then fall off the ledge. And there was like a mat for him. And I think he mistimed his steps, hit the mat, and his head hit the concrete. I think, yeah. And then there was in Resident Evil that one of the stunt women, she lost
one of her. The movie or the game? The
movie. She lost her arm.
Fuck.
She was riding the motorcycle, and there was a camera on a crane.
Yeah.
And the crane, she was supposed to ride into the crane, and the crane was supposed to lift, and the crane operator didn't lift it in time, so she went straight into it. She can't work again. So yeah, and then
who covers your insurance on a shoot, by the way? You have to have your own?
We get insurance through SAG.
Nice.
But yeah, and also Harry Potter, his stunt double was paralyzed from a stunt that they did. It was wires, and he was getting ratchet. A ratchet is when they pull you from a line and you like fly back.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just rehearsing, and he flew back into the padded wall, and his chin, when he hit it, I think his chin went down, and he was paralyzed on set.
Fuck.
So there's a lot of danger into it.
For sure, man.
And that was just rehearsals, you know. So it's there's a lot of danger stuff, but we do what we can to make sure that we can alleviate all those dangers. But you never know. I mean, like,
you could only mitigate it for so much.
Yeah, and that's it's a dangerous game, but yeah, I love it. I love everything about it.
So how do you level up? So right now you're doing a certain style of stunts. Mm-hmm. You have the availability to do different stunts, but then you have the opportunity to be a stand-in. Where does it go from there? Like, what's the top tier for being a stuntman? A coordinator?
A coordinator, I mean, yeah, coordinator. There's a lot of stuntmen that turn into coordinators. The John Wick movies, those are all stunt guys. The stunt coordinator.
Please tell me you're gonna do a John Wick. You have to do a John Wick.
Dude, I would love to. Dude, my friends did it, but they're getting in John Wick. Some of the stuff that my friends have shown me on those sets, I'm like, oh shit. He's having him go hard. Double car hits, getting hit. That stair fall, that's like from, I think, John Wick, dude.
Number 4.
Bro.
You know what though, dude?
Yeah.
That one, I'm like, fucking come on.
Yeah,
like it just forever.
Yeah.
Ray Parks was in John Wick 4. He was the guy with the fat suit on and the teeth.
Yeah.
Darth Maul.
Yeah, dude, he's a badass. I think Darth Maul was also Toad in X-Men.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I think he actually did the Deadpool and Wolverine. He reappeared as Toad.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. Yeah. But yeah, I think the next thing, I think I would, learn. I still have so much to learn, dude. I would want to take on more like heavy fight scene stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I would be a coordinator or work up to that point. I think I would rather move into the acting direction and do my own stunts as an actor. I think that would be the next move for me.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. But yeah. There's so many things that you could do in stunts, dude. It's like it's almost never ending.
I know, man, but like I'm such a fucking nerd. Like just to get the opportunity to work in certain movies, like I'd kill a motherfucker to do that.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool, man. It's yeah, it's like the best job ever for me. You know,
I dig it, man, and I love that you love what you're doing.
yeah,
So, final question then:
yeah.
if someone were to come to you and say, not how do I get into a stuntman, but how do I? Because I quite often people come up to me and say, you know, how do I do something that I love, or how do I make money, or and to me, it's your drive should not be the financial aspect of it, because then
Mm.
you're always just going to be working, and you could
Mhm.
theoretically get a job where you make good money, but you fucking hate your life.
100%, 100%.
And you are in the fortunate position where you fucking love what you're doing.
Mm.
So if someone were to come to you and say, how do I do what I love? What's your advice?
You gotta figure out what you love. You know what I mean? I feel like the first thing is, you know, what for me when I was thinking about, because originally I was offered a job at Nike as a project line manager, working on the apparel, you know, working on the upcoming styles. But I knew if I did that, it's just, you know, just deadlines and, you know, it's not what I wanted, you know.
And you listen, dude, that took a lot of balls for you to do that.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
to leave
yeah,
the comfort, to leave a
yeah,
steady paycheck.
yeah.
You had a set fucking future and
Mhm.
you took a risk to do something different. Again, that takes fucking
Mhm.
balls.
Yeah, but for me, it wasn't a question, you know what I mean? I had a girlfriend at the time of like 3 years, and I broke up with her and told her I was leaving. You know, I was like, "Hey, I gotta do this." At the time, I was in China with Nike, and my friend told me that he had to open a spot in LA, you know, have a room available. Do you wanna come down? And I told my boss on the spot, I was like, "Hey, this is my last trip." I was like, "If I don't do this, I'm not gonna do it." You know what I mean? And I was like, for me, like, what I wanted to do, I had to really think about, like, what do I do every day? What do I do every day that people don't tell me to do? It's something that I do on my own that makes me happy, right? And that for me was working out and fitness, right? I knew I was at the gym every single day, no matter what, you know? And it even if I was like stressed or having a bad day or anything, you know, kind of like leveled me, you know, and I needed it. So in my mind, there's no question, you know, if I can make money doing what I do for free every day,
Yeah.
that's what I need to be doing. You know, I don't need, I could be like you said, I don't want to do something where I'm like having all these things, but inside I'm like fucking dying. You
Yes.
know what I
Yep.
mean? So for me, it was no question. It wasn't a hard move for me.
It's a ballsy move, man. There'd be
was
many motherfuckers who would not take that risk.
yeah. But again, if I never did that, I wouldn't be in the position. I'd still be in Oregon doing the same shit. So yeah, I think what I'd tell people is, you know, figure out what it is that you do for free and you love to do, a hobby. If there's something that you really like, um, there's gonna be sacrifice for sure. I had to sacrifice a lot. But yeah, make a plan and stick to it and show up and believe in yourself and accept that there's gonna be challenges. But yeah, at the end of the day, if you're doing what you love, you're always gonna be happy. So yeah.
I can't think of a better way to end it than that, man. Fucking appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
Be great.